Week 7 of the NFL season just hours away from kickoff, and today, of course, is the day where we've got a zillion different quarterback changes, from John Beck taking over for Rex Grossman in Carolina, to Sam Bradford being injured and being replaced by A.J. Feely in Dallas for the winless Rams, and it goes on, and you were certainly aware of it. I'll tell you what, between rookies starting here this season, such as Andy Dalton in Cincinnati, and all these replacements, and God knows if Carson Palmer is going to get the nod today for the silver or black and not. I mean, it's just amazing that you've had this type of turnover at the key position in the NFL this season, and so many changes since the season has started. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Sunday video report. I've got a number of free plays coming your way in just a moment, as I'm going to take a look at the game between the Jets and the Chargers, plus free picks as well on Washington, Carolina, and Pittsburgh, Arizona, plus money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you $15 off of any single purchase you make today, and all the details of how you can win $300 of my money playing fantasy football today at draftstreet.com. But first of all, let's talk about a couple of hot handicappers and also how some that I mentioned yesterday fared with their big plays. First of all, Craig Davis. Guys, this is going to be the fourth Sunday in 5 weeks, and I'm talking about Craig Davis, but for good reason. Today, Craig Davis, 100-dime NFL winner number 13 out of 15. Number 13 out of 15. His 2011 Underdog Game of the Year, part number 2. Now, you may recall last Sunday he won part number 1 when he gave you the Buffalo Bills, instructed everyone to buy the Bills up to 3.5 points against the Giants, saying it would probably be a field goal game one way or another. Giants win it by 3. You had the Bills plus 3.5 buying the insurance, and Craig delivered another winner. Today, 100-dime NFL winner number 13 out of 15. You know, his net profit in the NFL dating back to last season, 590 dimes, 3 straight Super Bowl winners. But, you know, this is a guy who is president of fantasyfootball.com. This is what he does, looking at the NFL on a daily basis in terms of personnel. And he's got his big play going today. Also, Scott Delaney, yesterday, college football winner, 80-dime college football winner, number 5 in a row. How easy was Kansas State? Kansas State laying 11.5 points, give or take a half, at Lawrence against an awful Kansas team that entered that contest dead last in Division 1A ball in terms of total defense and points allowed. It was a little bit of a slow start for the Wildcats, but they turned it on and they rolled 59-21. Today, a play just as strong. His second biggest NFL release of the season. He won his first. It's another 80-dimer. It's his 80-dime winner in football, number 3 in a row. Just as strong as Kansas State yesterday. Just as strong as his 80-dime preseason game of the year back on August 25th when Philadelphia got the job done against Cleveland. The long-term numbers for Scott since March, a $10 player. A $10 player in all sports following his plays has simply won $10,815. Kudos going out to Anthony Red. You know, I like to tease Anthony a lot here, but A-Red, huge day on Saturday. 75-dime trifecta sweep. 75-dime college football winners. Fresno State, Houston, and Tulsa all coming through today. 30-dime quartet in the NFL. 30-dime plays on the Chargers, Jets, Seahawks, Browns, Texans, and Titans. Try to say that 3 times quickly. And the Falcons and Lions coming up from Anthony Red here today. So those are among the plays I talked about yesterday. Now the bad side, Derek Mancini, biggest football play of the season. Did not come through for sure. His 5th ever 100-dime play in college football, a loser on Army, as I couldn't stay within the double-digit margin at Vanderbilt. So that'll do it for some of the guys I want to talk about. Oh, for me. Jesus, I forgot to talk about me. Yesterday I cashed in with my 15-dime play on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, and I'll tell you, it was a strange day because I had 3 games I liked yesterday. I circled 3 games, stuck with them all week long. Early, I like Kansas State, and on the late card, I like Southern Mississippi and UTEP. Well, you know, as Kansas State is rolling by a gazillion points yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself midway through the day, damn it, I could have had my winner, could have been done for the day. Instead, you know, I got to wait around and see my game come in. But, I mean, Southern Miss was just easy. I know SMU was getting a lot of respect from the odds makers. A 3-point road dog. Of course, they had won 5 in a row. But, you know, it's not like they were playing top-notch competition, as I pointed out in my analysis yesterday. And Southern Mississippi got the job done with ease, rolling 27-3, winning their 5th straight game after coming off a bye, which was preceded by wins against Navy on the road and Virginia as well. So, nice 15-dime winner there for me. 15-dime plays in football this season, college and pro. Now, what is the record? I believe I'm now down to, or up to 18-9 in football, dating back to the start of preseason. 3 more NFL selections today. Chicago, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota. All 3 side selections. That's what I've got going for today's card. Now, let me quickly tell you the deal with fantasy football. You know, unlike the old days where you had to get 22 of your friends together and you'd play a whole entire season, trading guys, a weekly evaluation at the end of the year, you'd finally collect the money in the winning pot. Things have changed, guys, with DraftStreet.com. Every single day there is a competition, and every single weekend of this NFL season, I have run a $300 free contest. I put $300 of my money up for grabs, and it's available to the top 7 finishers. Finish in the money. Top 7 finish in the money. 3 weeks ago, I finished 7th in the competition. 2 weeks ago, I finished 7th in the competition. Last week, I finished 34th. Can't win them all, right? Bottom line is this, so. You go to DraftStreet.com. You enter my last name, DeMarco, and that will get you free entry into the contest. Guys, if you played it 3 weeks ago and you haven't played it the last couple weeks, go ahead, play it again. Nothing's stopping you. And if you're a newcomer, go there. You've got a mythical $100,000 bankroll as general manager of your mythical team. You've got to draft a couple of quarterbacks, a couple of running backs, a couple of wide receivers, a tight end, etc. You've got until 1 o'clock Eastern Time to settle your roster, to finalize it. And guys, after tomorrow night's game between Jacksonville and Baltimore. I almost forgot who the hell's playing, but, you know, I don't worry about tomorrow. I got to worry about today. After that game, that's when the league is determined. You no more waiting until February to split up the money. Perfectly legal because it's a game of skill, not a game of chance. Okay, guys? That's why it's available to everybody in the United States. You go to DraftStreet.com, enter my last name, DeMarco, $300 free contest, top 7 finish in the money. You're playing against me, all the handicappers at the site. Matter of fact, Steve Budin finished number 2 last week. Of course, Steve was like 137th and 138th the previous 2 weeks. I don't think he probably did his own team last week. I mean, you just don't go from 138 up to number 2, but I'm not, you know, saying anything, just my suspicions, however. Okay, so that's the deal over at DraftStreet.com. Your money-saving discount coupon code in honor of this being Week 7 of the NFL season. Let's be creative and let's go with Week 7 as your discount coupon code, Week 7. WEEK and the number 7, no space between them. Enter that when prompted in your shopping cart, and you will save $15 off of any single purchase you make today here at the sites. Okay, let's get to your free picks, guys. Now, yesterday I had a horrible day with free picks. But you know what? After winning the previous 2 Saturdays, going 5-1 with free picks and going 0-2 with the plays that I was wagering on, I would much rather go 1-3 with free picks and win the play that I'm supposed to play, the play that I'm betting on, the play that you're supposedly betting on as well. Because remember, the thing with free picks, I have an opinion on every single game. You know, you do enough radio and TV interviews, everybody wants your opinion. You don't bet your opinions. You don't bet with your heart. You don't bet with opinions either. I always say about free picks, they are the best of the worst, meaning they're the games that I almost went with but opted not to because they're slightly flawed. So with that in mind, let's talk about the games today, Carolina and Washington. Here's the thing I have in this game. Carolina's a, 1.5 to 2.5 point favorite, depending on where you look in there. Think about that. A team that is 1-5 straight up is laying the points in this one. Now, of course, it's the Cam Newton hype and hysteria. It's the fact that Washington looked so pathetic last week at home against Philadelphia, which prompted Mike Shanahan to go ahead and bench Rex Grossman after the 4-interception performance and give John Beck his first start in a couple of years since he was a member of the Miami Dolphins. Beck had a very strong preseason, edged out for the job. I think the Redskins are actually going to play well here today at Carolina. But I think the key in this contest is going to be Carolina's been able to really get the ground game going here of late, with D'Angelo Williams especially, and giving Williams the ball more means you put less pressure on Cam Newton, who's now, facing a variety of defenses in the league designed to stop him. 3 interceptions last week at Atlanta in the loss to the Falcons, but I still like Carolina in this one. They've got to be able to stop the run a bit, though, because they are ranked 31st in the league at stopping the run, giving up 140 yards, almost 5 yards a carry. Redskins can run the ball, just don't have a lot of faith in Beck. Rather go with the rookie and Cam Newton. How about San Diego and the New York Jets? Listen, I had a big 15-time play on the Jets on Monday night. Did you watch the game? Were you impressed? I mean, if Matt Moore doesn't throw that interception at the, what was the ball? At the 10-yard line, which Darrelle Revis returned for the touchdown, I mean, that would have been a 10-0 lead for Miami, and I doubt the Jets would have come back. 24-6, and it was an unimpressive win as they snapped their 3-game losing streak. I just can't get that enthused about the Jets here today. Would I like to know that San Diego's Antonio Gates is ready to roll and 100% healthy? Sure. But I like the way that they've been incorporating Ryan Matthews finally into the ground game. I mean, let's face it, without Darren Sproles, they need Ryan Matthews to play something like the guy he was in college, which earned him the #1 pick status that the Chargers bestowed upon him. These Jets have not played well at home. Chargers 4-1 straight up start. The 4 wins came against a bunch of nobodies and lowlifes, but the lone loss was nothing to be ashamed about as they hung in for nearly 3.5 quarters at New England. So I'm going to go with them. Norv Turner 10-6 ATS as an underdog since taking over the Chargers a few years back. I think the Chargers will be able to run on this Jets team. And listen, the Jets have not been able to run on anybody themselves. And if it comes down to a battle of quarterbacks, would you rather have Phillip Rivers or Mark Sanchez with those 8-yard dump-off passes? Again, I'll take the Chargers and take a shot in that contest. Next free pick. I like Tennessee coming off the bye -3 at home against a Houston Texans team that is 2-7 against the spread in its last 9 road games. Tennessee 6-2 ATS off a bye. Last week, what was it? Houston went to Baltimore. They were outgained in that game 402 to 293. So I will go with Tennessee minus the 3 points in that contest. Quickly, let me talk about the Broncos and the Dolphins game. The Dolphins suck at home. They're undefeated. Winless so far this season, where the Broncos are 15-6-1 against the spread off a bye. Miami, just simply can't cover at home. 5-18 ATS slump at home under Tony Sparano. Short week of preparation after returning home from the Monday night loss at New York. The Miami pass defense ranked 31st in the league, only 6 sacks, only 2 interceptions, giving up 316 yards a game. It's the start of the Tim Tebow area. Since they're honoring the University of Florida Gators, it's going to be a huge home support crowd for Tebow. I know he doesn't throw the prettiest of balls. I know that he's not a prototypical, NFL quarterback, but the guy has the intangible that he just wins games, and he makes something happen. And, I think the Denver defense is better than Miami's and certainly has a more consistent pass rush. So, in a battle of Tim Tebow and Matt Moore, hell, I'll take the Broncos in that one. Why not? And finally, the Steelers. They played one half of really good ball last week at home against Jacksonville, rolling out to a 17-3 first half lead in which they outgained the Jaguars 315-68 in total yards. In the second half, I think they went to sleep. They had 3 first downs and 55 total yards and had to hold on for the win. Now, this, of course, a rematch. The last time Arizona and Pittsburgh met was in that little Super Bowl game back a couple of years ago. Last week, the good news for the Steelers is that Mendenhall returned with a strong 146-yard outing, averaging over 6 yards a carry. Pittsburgh, 15 sacks in 6 games this season. Arizona's given up 16 sacks. Arizona coming off the bye. They have not looked strong defensively, especially weak in the secondary where they're injury-riddled. So I'll lay the 4 points with Pittsburgh in that one. Again, guys, your money-saving discount coupon code is going to be Week 7. Good luck, everyone, and I will catch you again on Monday morning.